How to pass variable value from one action to another in UFT1 automation test script. That is the topic of this tutorial video. So in this tutorial video, I will give hands-on example of solutions, not one or two, about 6 or 7 solutions of this problem. The problem is how we can pass variable value from one action to another action of a UFT1 automation test script. How to pass variable value from one action to another in UFT1 automation test script. That is the topic of this tutorial video. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I will give 6 solutions of this one problem. Now, this is UFT script, UFT GUI test, and this test has 2 actions, action 1 and action 2. Action 1 and action 2. To understand this problem, we need to understand some basics. Variable. A variable is a memory space or memory location where we can store data or value. Now there are 2 types of variable: local variable and global variable. Local variables are variables which are declared within a function or subprocedure and can be accessed by the function or subprocedure where it is declared. Local variable and global variable. Global variables are variables which are declared within an action of UFT script and can be accessed from the action only where it is declared. Global variable. So if I declare a variable in action 1, that would be global variable and that can be accessed from action 1 only. It will not be accessed from action 2. So our topic is how we can access that variable value from one action to another action. So if I declare a variable in action 1, that variable's value, how we can access from action 2. So in this automation script, I have 2 actions, action 1 and action 2. So I will be opening action 1. So double click, action 1 opened. Now in this action 1, I have declared one global variable. This is a global variable that I declared using dim keyword. And then I initialized one string value into this variable. And this is the string value, MD Shahajada Imran, that is the name, that is my name, and that is the value of this string that I have assigned into this variable in this line number 2. And in line number 7, it just print this statement or sentence, that is below text are printed from action 1. This is a sentence that is printed by executing this line number 7. And by executing the line number 8, it will print whatever this variable is holding, or whatever value this variable is holding. So right now this variable is holding this string, my name. I have assigned my name into this variable in line number 2. So this variable is holding this. So if I run the script, when the action 1 runs, it will print these two lines, this line and this line. And I'm opening action 2. In action 2, I did not declare variable. I did not initialize any value into this variable. This variable is a global variable and it is only available in action 2. Since I did not declare, I did not initialize any value, so this variable will have default value, which is empty string. So when action 2 executes, when line number 8 executes, it will print this sentence. Below texts are printed from action 2, and then this variable, whatever this variable is holding. Currently, this variable is holding empty string. Since I did not declare, since I did not initialize any value into the variable, so I'm directly using in the code without declaring, without initialization, so it will hold the default value, which is empty string. Now, any data in double quote is a string. So this is a string. In Visual Basic Scripting, any data in double quote, that is a string. And if there is no data, just double quote, that is empty string. A cursor may be inside of this two double quote, which is I can see. So this is empty string. So this variable is holding this value, empty string, just no values inside. So if I run, it will, when the action 2 executes, it will print this line. When line number 8 executes, when line number 9 executes, it will print just the cursor. You can see the cursor is the vertical line is displaying and disappearing, displaying and disappearing. So that will be printed. Now let me run it. This is my test, has action 1 and action 2. Action 2 will print this two line, this line and my name. I mean action 1. Action 1 will print this line and my name, and action 2 will print this line and empty string. But our objective is how we can pass this value into this variable so that in action 2 also my name prints. For now, let me run the script. Let me run the script. So a script will be printing whatever I have written in action 1, also whatever I written in action 2, everything will be printed. So I run the script. I haven't gone to the solution yet, still I'm explaining the problem. So in the output console, I can see these two lines printed from action 1. Action 1, when line number 7 executed, this line printed, below text are printed from action 1. And then when line number 8 executed, this line printed. It printed whatever this variable is holding. It is holding my name, so it printed my name. And then in action 2, when line number 8 executed, it printed this. It printed this till here. below text are printed from action 2, below text are printed from action 2, and then it printed the empty string. Now if I put cursor here, I clicked, I can see the cursor is blinking. Now if I press the arrow button, bottom arrow button from the keyboard, I'm pressing one time, the cursor goes to the line number 2. If I print one more time, it goes to the line number 3. If I press one more time, it goes to the line number 4. If I press one more time, it's going to the line number 5. And if I print one more time, it's not going anymore. It's not going anymore. That means this line has been printed, and it just printed the cursor. Empty string it printed. Now my objective is to print MD Shahajada Imran here. So action 2, this variable, I need to assign this value. This value I need to assign into this variable so that in this line also my name prints. Now that is the topic, how we can pass one action's variable's value into another action. So action 1's variable value is this one, MD Shahajada Imran, that I need to pass to action 2 so that action 2, from action 2 also I can print that value. Now we understand the problem. Now I will give hands-on example how we can resolve that issue. So first solution is using test parameter. So I will give hands-on example on using test parameter. This is the test. This test doesn't have any parameters, either action parameter or test parameter. So I will be adding parameter first. So I'm clicking on view, click on properties. This properties tab came up. Now I need to click on start. Right now this action 2 is selected. The yellow color I can see at the border means this one selected. I'll be clicking on start. I clicked and this got changed. The circle color got changed. Previously it was blue, now it is yellow. The circle color got changed. That means start has been selected. Now I will be adding a test parameter. So in the parameter section, I can click on parameter and I can say add input parameter. I can give a name. I can say TP. T means test, P means parameter, TP means test parameter name. So I just give a name. It will hold the string value and click on OK. This one just appeared, just showed up. And this also I can see just listed in this list. That means I have created a test parameter. Now that I have created a test parameter, in action 1, I will use this test parameter to hold the value or assign the value from action 1 to this test parameter and then retrieve that same value from test parameter to action 2. This is a temporary place where I can store data, so that from action 1 I store data here and in action 2 I retrieve data from the same place. This is a test parameter. Now I'm going to action 1. Now I need to assign this value into that test parameter. So now I'll be assigning here saying test args, that is the keyword I will have to use when I'm using test parameter. And the parameter name is tp name equal to variable name. So this is assignment. Whatever this variable is holding, that value will be assigned into this test parameter. Right side value is always assigned to the left side value. The left side value, I have the parameter. tp name, that is the name of the parameter, and I have assigned. I will be saving it to ensure there is no error. So I will copy this selected portion. Now I'm going to action 2. In action 1, I have assigned this string value, which is holded by this variable, to this test parameter. Now I'm going to action 2. Action 2, I will assign the same value to name variable. This is the parameter, and the assignment rule is a right side value is always assigned to the left side value. So in the left side I have variable, in the right side I have test parameter. The test parameter is holding my name. The test parameter is holding the string, which is my name inside of the string. Now, if I go to the test, so in action 1, I have assigned my name into this test parameter. In action 2, I am retrieving my name from the test parameter to a variable. Now if I run it, I should see both my name printed twice, once from action 1 and then again from action 2. Let me see what happens. Test args, ARGS. I have made a typical mistake, I believe. It would be test ARGS, args, test args. There also test, the G would be after the letter R. ARGS, args. Hopefully this time it will work. Yes, it printed twice. My name got printed twice, once from action 2 and then this one from action 1. That means I have retrieved value from action 1, kept in the test parameter. I have assigned value, I'm telling again from the beginning that in action 1, I have retrieved value and stored in test parameter. In an action 2, I have retrieved value from test parameter and then assigned to the variable and then print it here. So I have given hands-on example for this one using test parameter. So I'll be changing the color green. Green color means I have completed the explanation. Now this is what I will explain hands-on using environmental variable. So before that, I remove this test parameter. I selected, delete. It got removed from this list. Also, I do not see here. So this test does not have any parameter anymore. I have deleted. Now I will be using environmental variable. That is what I will be explaining. Environment variable. So the same approach. From action 1, I will retrieve the value and store in environment variable, and then in action 2, I will retrieve from the environment variable and then assign to the variable. File, settings, and then environment. I will select build user defined. I will add one. Environment, I will say EV. EV means environment, and the name. I just give a name of the environment variable. Click on OK. So EV name has been listed here. Click on apply. So this is an environment variable that I just created. Click on OK. If I go action 1, this time instead of test parameter, I will use environment. And what I have created EV name. This is the one I have created. EV name. I've selected that one, EV name. First bracket and equal to. The rules is right side value is always assigned to the left side. So in the right side I have variable which is holding my name. In the left side I have environment variable. So this name will be assigned into this environment variable. And then I'm copying just this one so that I don't have to type in action 2. I'm going to action 2. And here I am pasted the environment. So this time also it should print my name twice. So in action 1, I retrieved my name and assigned into the environment variable. In action 2, I retrieved from the environment variable and assigned it to a variable and then later print it. So now I will run it. A script should print my name twice. One from action 2 and other one from action 1. So I'm running it. Yes, it printed twice. It printed my name twice. Once from action 2 and the other one from action 1. So I can mark this one that I have given hands-on example. Now using runtime data table, this is what I will explain. So I delete the output, whatever is here, and also delete the environment variable which I created. Now I will show runtime data table. So there are three different types of data table. There are three different types of runtime data table: global, local, and user defined. User defined. Global, local, and user defined. If I go, this is global, and these two are two locals. Global for the entire test, and action 1 has action 1 local datasheet, and action 2 has the action 2 local datasheet. Now, the same way, instead of using test parameter or environment variable, I will be using a cell. This is a cell. This is another cell. This cell exists in column O or parameter A and row 1. Now I will be accessing from this global datasheet. So first I am double clicking on the letter A, so I can give a name. I will say DT data table and name. So I just give a name, column name or parameter name I can say. Click on OK. So this is the name I have given. I have given in action 2. Action 2, this is where I have given the name. Now I will go to action 1 so that I can get the data from action 1 and assign in this cell. Later in action 2 I will retrieve from this cell and assign into the variable. So I'm going to action 1, and instead of environmental variable I want to point this data table dot value for bracket parameter name. What is the parameter name? dt name double quote. That is parameter id I have given, or parameter name I have given, comma dt name comma, and then sheet name. What is the sheet name? Sheet name is action 2. Action 2. ACTION 2. ACTION 2 action 2. First bracket. And so in the left side equal, I have pointed this cell and then vname. In assignment, whatever is right side of the equal sign will be assigned to the left side. The left side I have this cell, and the right side I have my name. So my name will be assigned in this cell, and then that is from action 1. In action 1 I am just taking my name and storing in this cell. In action 2 I will retrieve the same. So from action 1 I just copy the pointer, or I copy everything, and in action 2 I paste. So in action 2 I am retrieving whatever value this cell is holding, that, and assign to this variable, and then later I'm printing it. It should print my name twice. Let me see. Yes, it printed twice. It printed my name twice. So this time I stored in local datasheet. I stored here. The value appeared in the runtime. So I have given hands-on example of this one. This two I will not be giving. It's same thing. Same thing. Instead of action 2, it will be global if I create the parameter here inside of the global datasheet. Or if I create in action 1 here, then it will be action 1. So I have created in action 2. So I written action 2. And action 2 is a local datasheet. So if I say global, then I will have to click here on the global tab, then the global datasheet will be appeared. Here I will create the parameter name, and then dt name. This is the name I will be creating here, and then I will write global in this string. Now I have given hands-on example because it printed both names, my name twice, one from action 1 and another one from action 2. So I can mark this one that I have given hands-on example. Now I will give hands-on example of this one. This one I will give hands-on example. I clear this one and also rename back to the original name, which was A. Now I will be, this one is pass a variable as input value, action parameter value to child action during calling it in parent action. So I need to have a nested action. When there is a nested action, there will be a parent action and there will be a child action. So in action 1, in action 2, let me create a action parameter in action 2. So right now action 2 is selected because this rectangle color is yellow. So I'm right clicking and I'm saying action properties, click on parameter, and I'm clicking. Now I will have to give a name. This is action parameter, so I can say AP. AP means action parameter and name. I just created one action parameter name. Click on OK and click on yes. So I have created this parameter. This parameter AP name. Now I will call this action 2 in action 1. Because for this I need one nested action. To give hands-on example of this solution, I need one nested action. So I will call action 2 in action 1, so that action 1 will be the parent action and action 2 will be the child action. So I'm double clicking on it, and instead of this, I'm deleting this. Instead of this, I am calling. So I will be calling action 2. So I can use this call new action, or call an existing action, call to existing. So I will be calling an existing action, clicking it, and I will be calling action 2 after the current step, and click on OK. So if I go in action 1, I can see this has been added. This line number 6 has been added in action 1. In action 1, this is the line number added. Now, if I go here, in the test, I can see this came up. It has action 2. So this is a nested action, where action 1 is the parent action and action 2 is the child action. And parent action has this variable. This variable I can assign as input parameter. So I give comma and this input parameter. So I'm assigning this value, assigning this variable into this action call. So action 1 is parent action 2 is the child action at line number 6, and when at the line number 6 action 2 is getting called, or I'm Control X, I'm cutting it, and I want to call at the end of the script. So in line number 11, I have passed this variable as input argument value. Pass this variable as input parameter value to the child action. So I have passed this value to the child action. What is the child action? This. Where in action? In the parent action. Parent action is action 1 and child action is action 2. And I have assigned this value to the child action during calling this action. Now it should print my name twice. One from this line and other one from this line, and it will not be printing my name from action 2. It will print my name 2 times, both from action 1. When line number 9 executes, it will print once, and then it will print again when line number 11 executes, where it will be printing my name from action 2 because I have assigned this variable. Let me run it and see what happens. Oh, I forgot to uh, comment it out this line in action 2. This is on the previous step. In previous step, I gave hands-on example how we can use runtime deletable. After explanation, I supposed to delete that reference, but I didn't, so I will be deleting now. This is data table dot value. These things I will be deleting the entire line from action 2. Now I'm executing again. I also delete everything from here. Now I will run it. It should print my name twice, both from action 1 only. And I did not assign this time. I will also have to assign the parameter. I also have to add, otherwise how this variable will get that value. Now I will be running it, so it will be printing my name twice now. It did print twice. So this line printed, this one, and this line printed this one. And when a line number 11 executed, then line number 11 called action 2. It called action 2 and it assigned that value into this variable, and then this line executed. So this line executed. When this line executed, this line got printed. When this line executed, this line got printed. And then it exit out from this call, exited out from this line number 11 in the test, and exited from the action 1. And then entered to action 2. When entered to action 2, it printed this line and this line. And since this variable does not have, this parameter did not have any value, did not have any default value, therefore it could not print anything. So my name printed twice, 1, 2, both from action 1, and it did not print anything from action 2. Now I have given hands-on example for this one. Now I will give hands-on example for this one. So before that, I will remove these things. So first I will remove the action call. So I'm deleting this line. So action that has been removed. And I will also remove the action parameter. So I've removed the action parameter also. So no parameters now. So I've removed the parameter, also removed the action call. Now it is as it is in the beginning of the script. Now using external files, so I can use Excel files. So for Excel files, and they're the same approach. Action 1 will save my name in Excel cell, and then action 2 will retrieve that. Excel, this is Excel. Excel has cell. I can action 1 can save my name here, like MD Jada Imran. It can action 1 can save my name here, and action 2 can retrieve from Excel cell and then assign to the variable. I will not be giving hands-on example for this one. I'm just telling the theoretical. So there are three ways we can do this. One is using object my, let's say, set my Excel equal to get object Excel dot application. This is one. I can use this object and continue scripting to do this. Another one I can do with ODBC connection. Another one I can use data table utility object, data table dot input shader, data table dot export. That I can do. So there are three ways I can assign my name from action 1 to Excel sheets cell, and then in action 2 I can retrieve the same value from Excel sheets cell and assign into variable and then print it. On Notepad also same way. I give hands-on example from Notepad. Let's say I have one Excel, one Notepad. If you double click, this Notepad opens. Notepad doesn't have anything. Now I can write, I have a sample code that I have created earlier. So action 1 will take my name from that variable and write in this file, in this Notepad file. It will write my name here, and then action 2 will read my name from this file and then assign into the variable. I have created this object, file system object, and created this file, and then it write my name and close it. That is from action 1. And from action 2, it will read my name and it will close it. It will read my name as well as it will assign that name into this variable. Later this variable will be printed. Now right now there is no name here. So I'm closing this notepad. Let me run it. It should print my name twice. One from action 1 and other one from action 2. Let me run it and see what happens. Yes, it printed my name twice. So basically action 1 took my name from action 1 and saved in this external file. It saved my name here. And then action 2 retrieved my name from that file and then assigned into the variable, and then variable has been printed. That's why my name has been printed twice. So this one I gave hands-on example. ODBC sources. ODBC sources means we can use databases. We can use Oracle database instead of using Excel file, the intermediate, or Notepad as the intermediate. We can use database as the intermediate. So action 1 will save my name into database, and action 2 will retrieve that data from the same database. It could be Oracle database, MySQL, SQL Server, or any other database. And it would be AUT, application under test. So we can also use the application under test. The application we're using, that application can have a placeholder where we can store data and then retrieve that. So action 1 will store my name in that placeholder of the AUT, or application under test, and then action 2 will retrieve that. So that is also option. So these things I just theoretically told. So I will be marking as yellow, or this color. That means I theoretically told. I did not give hands-on example. This one I gave hands-on example. And then manually I can pass action 1's value to action 2. Action 1's value to action 2. So action 1, so I'll be deleting this. I do not need this because I'm not using Notepad as the intermediate or the temp folder or temporary placeholder. So I'm deleting this. Now I can manually assign that value into this variable. So I can use input box, built-in function, Visual Basic scripting built-in function. Input box. So please enter the value here. So if I run the script will execute action 1. Action 1 will print my name. It will print this 2 line. And then when action 2 executes, script will ask me to manually enter the name, which will be later assigned into this variable and then later will be printed. So let me run it and see if a script asks me to manually enter the name in action 2. Yes, a script printed my name from action 1, and in the beginning of action 2, a script is asking me to manually enter my name. So I will be manually entering my name. So I'm using the keyboard to enter my name. I manually entered and also manually clicking on OK. So a script should print my name twice, and it did. So I also gave a hands-on example for this one. So I have given a full explanation, and this is my legal name. Also, this is my nickname. Thank you for watching.